Saleh on television. He says the Iraqi dinar will regain its strength and the exchange rate will return to balance sooner or later. Frank. This is the finance minister telling the Iraqi citizens, hey, the Iraqi dinar will regain its strength. So you're trying to tell us that 1310 is going to be soon removed. 1310 is an imbalanced rate. What is balanced? IMO anything at 1 to 1 and above. Firefly. He also said this decision depends on completing the methodology of the financial and banking reforms. Frank. Consider this the final countdown. Britain. Iraqi government supports private sector, encourages international investment. Iraq is making headway and the Iraqi British Council see what Iraq has to offer for international investment and the private sector. The World Bank is in agreement. The signs of Iraq opening to the international financial system are everywhere. Al-Sudani Prime Minister of Iraq turns. It is truly amazing to watch take shape. All investors in the Iraqi dinar should be smiling large. I know I am. A good one from Iraq. Parliamentary praise for the strategy to support national industry. This one talks about everything Sudani is doing. He is convinced they have one shot to fix things and give a new value to the currency of the people in Iraq. They are creating a juggernaut of a good economy in Iraq. The President of the Republic approves the amendment to the budget law. This was the main issues from the Kurdistan region in the monthly salary payments they were receiving for their share of the oil revenues. They wanted more in the budget and so now they have it. I want everyone to know that the passing of this bill is not the oil and gas law and is not going to trigger the RV. Do you have any other friends in the area where you live that can go with you to exchange? Because if you go by yourself, okay, but if you go with other friends that have a lot of dinars too, all of a sudden what you're asking from the bank has even more power, more authority for them to waive it, fees and whatnot. I know some group people are working but they won't tell me what they are doing, just that they have their nose to the grindstone. I think that is positive. Issue No. 4814 of the Iraqi Gazette was published on February 17, 2025. Quote, Law Number 4 of 2025 First Amendment to the Federal General Budget Law of the Republic of Iraq for the fiscal years 2023, 2024, 2025. No. 13 of 2023. Community comment. Great news. Has the budget been given to Parliament? Passed? The 2025 budget tables have not been sent to Parliament yet. Sudani is in control of all the timing. IMO. Long little article packed full of information. It suggests that Iraq is fully ready to go. They got praise from the United States Treasury, U.S. Federal Reserve. They have the best accounting, consulting firms in the world working with them. Iraq has done everything they need to do. Iraq's central bank will prohibit 5 banks from conducting U.S. dollar transactions in an effort to combat money laundering, dollar smuggling and other financial violations. This decision follows meetings in Dubai between Iraqi officials and representatives from the U.S. Treasury and Federal Reserve. While the newly sanctioned banks can still operate and conduct transactions in other currencies, the inability to access U.S. dollars severely limits their international financial activities. The only fun news I saw in the Gazette was the $16 per barrel going to Kurdistan. And the budget tables are moving forward. I got a stronger feeling every day that I wake up, that a lot of the decisions of this reform are now being done by a far better leader. Normal schedule for the Gazette is Saturdays and Wednesdays. It was published in a special edition. They published amendments that were approved. It means that they agreed upon rates for Kurdistan and oil. Now we are just looking for a rate change. Central Bank announces details of its meetings with the Treasury and the Federal Reserve. Quote, Iraq depend largely on the trust of international correspondent banks in the Iraqi banking sector. We emphasize the need to ensure that the official channels of this bank are adopted to know the latest news and not to transmit incorrect news such as some Iraqi banks being subject to international sanctions and others. As usual, almost every report coming from Iraq has a conflicting report right behind it. Trust Sudani. not sources close to the PM. Article: Central Bank of Iraq denies sanctions. Quote, the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, has denied reports that the United States has imposed sanctions on 5 Iraqi banks, emphasizing that no such measures have been officially implemented. However, the CBI has confirmed that it will ban 5 more local banks from engaging in U.S. dollar transactions. Following meetings with U.S. Treasury officials in Dubai, the CBI's denial comes amid growing speculation and conflicting reports. The Iraqi Ministry of Foreign Affairs expressed, on Wednesday, Baghdad's welcome to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia hosting the talks between the Russian Federation and the United States of America, stressing that this step represents an important move to enhance security and peace at the regional and international levels. The ministry added in a statement that this step confirms the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's commitment to its active role in supporting diplomatic efforts aimed at resolving international conflicts, especially in light of the security and political challenges facing the region. The Iraqi Foreign Ministry also stressed the importance of these discussions in enhancing international cooperation and efforts aimed at achieving stability in the region and the world, especially in light of the common challenges facing Arab countries. The ministry concluded its statement by stressing the need to continue joint work to achieve security and stability in the region and the world as a whole. Senior U.S. and Russian officials, including U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, began talks in Riyadh on Tuesday morning aimed at mending strained relations between Washington and Moscow and discussing Ukraine, in preparation for a possible summit between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump in the Gulf Kingdom. These meetings, which were attended by Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan and National Security Advisor Musaid al-Ibn, come within the framework of the kingdom's efforts to bring the views of the United States and Russia closer together and enhance global security and stability. The financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Mazhar Mohammad Saleh, confirmed today, Wednesday, that the government and the Monetary Authority are working on a comprehensive reform of the national banking system, with the aim of enhancing its stability and protecting it from the repercussions of any stumbling block in integration with the global financial system. Saleh explained to Euphrates News that the reform efforts include restructuring private and government banks, noting that the American company Oliver Wyman is currently studying the conditions of private banks, while E&Y is evaluating government banks.